Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and welcome to a new series that I've been really wanting to start for quite a while but haven't really gotten around to. Maybe just been procrastinating because I don't really know how to go about it. So basically, welcome to the Let's Talk About Cars series. This is episode 1 and we're going to be kicking things off with the DBS Superleggera Volante. Now basically what the Let's Talk About Cars let's call it a series, is all about is basically talking about new car releases. The reason why I'm doing this is basically so I can get a bit more content out to you guys, so that the channel isn't as stagnant, because I don't really get that many opportunities to film with cars once every a month or so, and for me that's not enough. So although I'm not technically filming in a car, I'd like to be talking more about cars, because I think that's something that I really want to do. If you don't know, my main goal is to become a motoring journalist, and although I don't really get much opportunity to actually drive cars, this is sort of a beginning block for me in a way to be able to speak about cars. So welcome to Let's Talk About Cars episode 1. As I said, the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera Volante. Now, the DBS Superleggera, as we know, is the replacement to the Vanquish and the Vanquish S. Of course, gone are the days where Aston Martin are producing naturally aspirated V12s from their 6-litre engine, and now we are downsizing to 5.2 litres twin turbos, of course. But of course, we won't get that sound, that glorious, rich, wonderful, raw sound that the 6-litre V12 gave us. The 5.2 litre doesn't sound too bad. I've been lucky enough to go in the DB11, so it obviously doesn't sound like the naturally aspirated, but it doesn't sound bad at all. Of course, not exactly the same engine you find in the DBS Superleggera. You are going to find a 5.2 litre. Instead of producing around 600 horsepower in the DB11, you get 715 horsepower, which is a mighty amount of power. If you work in kilowatts, that's 533 kilowatts, and you'll be churning out 900 newton meters of torque, which, considering it's a Grand Tourer, will waft you along to any place you desire in great comfort and speed. Now, the Volante version, of course. I think that the DBS Superleggera Volante is one of the most beautiful cars you can buy today. I mean, the DBS Superleggera Coupe on its own looks absolutely stunning. It's growing on me more and more every time I look at pictures. Can't wait to see one in person. Hopefully next time there's one in Daytona, which is the official importer of Aston Martin in South Africa, as well as McLaren and Rolls-Royce and now Pagani more recently. Yeah, I'd really love to see one in person. It looks absolutely stunning. I think a very worthy successor to the Vanquish. To me, the Vanquish was, and pretty much is, the most beautiful car, modern day car, that have been built. So I don't know what Aston Martin do to their designers. I don't know if they feed them stuff or what kind of inspiration they feed them, but they really do know how to design a very pretty car indeed. Yeah, so how much will it cost? Well, in America you're looking at about $300,000. In South Africa, I don't see this car coming under 6 million rand, especially if you're going to spec it up, particularly because it's the Volante version, obviously a little bit more expensive than the coupe, but nonetheless, it's what these kind of cars cost nowadays, especially with our fantastic import taxes in South Africa. They are a little bit more expensive than you would find abroad, but yeah, that's unfortunately the way it is. Now, who are we looking at in terms of rivals? Now, the most obvious, I think, would be the new Bentley Continental GT convertible. Obviously, you get the W12 engine in the Bentley Continental. A little bit more practical, I think, would be the Bentley, purely because the rear seats are a bit more usable. The rear seats in the DBS, personally, I think Aston Martin could have sacrificed those 2+2 styled seats and increased the luggage space in the boot. But that's just the way it is, how Aston have designed it. Yes, but the Aston Martin is a lot more powerful, is considerably more powerful than the Bentley Continental. And I think it looks a lot better than the Bentley Continental. Of course, looks are very subjective. To me, I'm an Aston guy, so that would be my choice between the two. Ferrari 812 Superfast, can't directly compare it to the Volante version because obviously Ferrari aren't making a convertible version of the 812. They'll probably make some very hyper exclusive limited edition of it, like we've seen with the F12 TRS in the past. But yeah, that they probably won't be making more 10, maybe 20 of those kind of cars, so not a direct comparison. But if you're looking at the coupe version, then the 812 Superfast is obviously right up there among them. Perhaps you could say the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, you know, the S65, also got a V12 engine on its way out. Unfortunately, S-Class has been around for quite a while, so maybe the new refreshed S-Class, we of course won't be getting a V12, so I don't know. To me, it's pretty much the Bentley Continental as a direct comparison. If you have any other suggestions of any comparisons, do let me know in the comment section below. And of course, there is the fact that this is Aston Martin's fastest convertible that they've ever made, with a top speed of 340 kilometers an hour. You know, you'll be able to get anywhere pretty quickly with that kind of top speed. 0 to 100 takes about 3.4 seconds, 0 to 62 miles an hour. But yeah, if anybody is really going to be going 340 kilometers an hour down the Autobahn with the roof down, I highly doubt it, especially if your lady friend has just come from the hair salon with her multi-thousand rand or pound or dollar, whatever currency you work in, hairdo. I don't think she'll very much appreciate the fact that you've just ruined it by going more than 300 kilometers an hour down the Autobahns. But it is nice to know that the car is able to do those kinds of speeds. Right, let's talk about a bit of the design of the DBS Superleggera. Obviously, Aston Martin recently getting a lot more new design language. In the past, we had Astons looking pretty much the same. I'll be honest, the DB9, the DBS, the Virage, particularly the front ends of the car, the Rapide, they pretty much all look the same, and they all use the same engine, the 6-liter V12 in the DBS, like I said, the DB9 and the Virage and the Rapide. So I'm sort of, it's obviously sad that the naturally aspirated is going, but design language, most importantly, Aston Martins are not looking the same anymore. Vantage looks completely different. The DB11 looks completely different to the DBS Superleggera. So yeah, of course, the very big gaping front grille of the DBS is probably one of the most prominent designer features. But I think my favorite design aspect of the DBS Superleggera definitely has to be around the back. You know, the rear 3/4 of the car. I just think it looks so good from that angle. Definitely my favorite part. And most importantly, it doesn't look the same as the DB11 or any other current Aston Martin. So big ups to Aston Martin for the rear design of the car. Well, that's all for me now, guys. For some reason my camera decided to stop recording, but thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe and share, and if you have any ideas for what I should include in the Let's Talk About Car series, make sure to leave those in the comments below. I'd love to interact with you. So until next time, make sure you go follow me on Instagram at Barrie Ferreira, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, bye.